No question. For the Carolina Hurricanes, look at this guy, Nikolai Ehlers, 10 years, a Jet. He's a new shiny toy here for Carolina and Rod Brind'Amour. It took him a while to get heated up, guys. 11 games before he got his first goal, but has found a nice home on that second line with Stankoven and Blake. Curious to watch him as his engine gets, he's good for like 20-plus goals a year.
And Ehlers has certainly picked it up in the last little while. Shot from Jordan Martinook as he moves in, plays it to the point. Garrett Spurgeon, the Minnesota captain, feathered it across. Brodin for Eriksson Ek. Pass, doorstep. Nobody marked Johansson. And Anderson has to come up with the goods. A big save in the early going.
For Anderson and this puck, and you see Johansson in front, like he wants it. He knows he's left all alone. And through the scramble, the Wild get possession. He has the time to sort of delay far side, comes back to the near side. But nice tracking of the puck.
Back down the boards for the Hurricanes. They look to start a cycle out of the corner. The puck is stolen by Brodin and cleared. Kaprizov fights through the stick check. Zuccarello overlapping with Kaprizov. A centering pass. Zuccarello scores! Less than 2 minutes into the game. Minnesota strikes first.
Well, what a pretty passing play, but this starts in their own zone for the Wild. And it was Yurov in great positioning. This was his second touch in the defensive zone. And he's strong on the puck, and he gets it up to Kaprizov. And from there, it's tic-tac-toe on the entry, giving back. And look at all these touches, unbelievable. But that is a huge credit to Yurov, and they know he's very good defensively.
Personality and character, I think that suits this Minnesota team so well.
Meanwhile, Carolina right in. Taylor Hall with a shot. Unavailable for Carolina in this game. There's Brock Faber, the goal scorer for the Wild, as he hands off the puck. Brodin out high, shot, hit, save by Anderson. But for Sean Walker, pressed into duty because of all the injuries. Colby, they've used 10 different defensemen in Carolina to start this season, just ravaged by injuries on their blue line. Out in front, a chance. Anderson, another save, that on Euro.
Noticed Yurov, and this is where he was responsible high in the zone and then gets this chance. He's in tight, not quite high enough.
Damon Hunt for the corner, Stankoven. And on to the point. One-timer, Riley, all the way on to goal. Trying to connect with a man off the bench. It's Jarvis to intercept, and he'll carry it the other way. Faber defending. Jarvis gets by Faber, darts to the net. Save Wallstedt. Loose puck. Miller to the middle. Walker for Blake. Jackson Blake starts in to the middle. Stankoven, big save by Wallstedt.
Beautiful pass in the high slot area by Blake.
Bouncing puck to the line. Walker holds the zone. Eriksson Ek unable to take control. Stankoven, tight turn. Off the boards to Walker. Hard pass in front of Blake. There to pick it up, though, is Hall. To the back, Miller swallowed up by Wallstedt.
And he gets in that shot lane.
Aho turned it over. Looking to connect with Svechnikov. Here's Matt Boldy with a step. He scores! A short-handed goal for Matt Boldy, who continues his tear to start the season. It's 2-0 Minnesota.
Well, and this is a read that Boldy makes. What anticipation. And for him from there, a quick few strides and an absolute burst as he flies to the net. And he knew Faber was joining him too on the rush with speed, but he elects to take the shot. A nice heads-up play. Whew. Nice and low and beats Anderson. Even on that last goal, you see the anticipation, the read, the speed, and the ability to finish.
Here's Zuccarello busting into the zone. Anderson traps the puck. Stahl here handles with a broken stick off the draw. And here's Shane Gostisbehere. In over the line. Gostisbehere centers. Carrier marches in. Save by Wallstedt.
His positioning, playing with a high level of confidence, because this is Carrier. He's in tight and trying to go upstairs on Wallstedt, but I just feel like his positioning is so good. Aggressive enough that he's...
Shot attempts are 48-19 Carolina. Turnover. Out in front, Blake. Blake hits the post!
It's his chance off a turnover. Great poise and patience.
It's Blake, tight turn, trying to shake Damon Hunt. Blake leaves it in the corner. Stankoven all the way to the point. Shot, score! Jackson Blake finds a way. And Carolina finally has a breakthrough on Jesper Wallstedt. It's 2-1.
Alex, that we've seen be very creative in the offensive zone. And so whether it's that puck retrieval, you see Blake there with the turnover, that spin. How many times have we seen him and Stankoven tonight work off each other, spin away from pressure, and a simple play that goes over the point to Walker. But look at those two connecting, understanding where they're going to be. And then after you do that, you see Blake going between Blake and Miller and Riley.
Puck at the net front, jam attempt, Stahl turned out! Biggest save of the night for Jesper Wallstedt.
And here's what Carolina does. They love to get shots through to the net, and you see the presence in front. But this is exactly what Hines was talking about. Square to the puck, his movement, and making sure that Stahl...
Stroza picks it up in the corner, gives it away to Blake. Stankoven in tight, saved by Wallstedt. Goldie has a goal here tonight, but they were quiet in that second period, Jim. Here comes Zuccarello right off the hop, barging in on a breakaway. Scores! Matt Zuccarello, 15 seconds into the third, restores Minnesota's 2-goal lead.
Well, that's one way to start a period. And you think about the transition game and how quickly he gets up the ice. Zuccarello starts his play on his own at the blue line. And the patient, the heads up, you're in tight, and he lifts that puck top shelf. That is not an easy task. And Brind'Amour spoke to us about that and just said how impressed he's been by him. He knows he has to work on his face-offs, and that sometimes takes time, but he said he's constantly asking Brind'Amour to go through more video. How do I get better?
He's got 6 shots.
Svechnikov across, and Aho scores! It's a one-shot game once again. Sebastian Aho lights the lamp.
Well, that's an elite shot by Aho. So transition game, how many times have we mentioned this? Getting up the ice, and you see Svechnikov, he knows where Aho is. What a nice catch and release. That's the key. Beautiful pass between the legs that finds its way across the seam, and then Wallstedt's going in one direction. The shot is across the grain.
Spurgeon down the wall on the pitch. Spurgeon all the way around the nets. And Stroza diagonally. Foligno saved by Anderson.
Close, Colby. So close.
Wild got away with a high stick in the corner to Hinostroza. Down in the corner, but eventually this play just worked around.
Minnesota going after it. Middleton tackles his man. Gostisbehere picks it up. Feeds it across. A shot turned out by Wallstedt. And it stays off the line. No call by the referee on the goal line. That may have bounced in over the line. Jackson Blake is heading to the bench. Going up to determine what the call should be.
It certainly looked from this angle that the puck crossed the line. See, it went under the pad of Wallstedt.
They were looking at it down here on the monitors on the bench, and they were cheering down here. They must have saw something.
Right there, it looks like it goes there. It's fully in, but the officials
seem to be in the right spot.
And the puck clearly
one pad to the other, and then crosses the goal
goes
line.
under the net right there.
Gains the line. Leaves it for Svechnikov. Shot blocked. Hops in the air. Stays in play.
And another change for the Hurricanes to get fresh.
Blake Deke saved by Wallstedt. Off the helmet of the goaltender Anderson. Here comes Carolina. Jackson Blake. Stopped by Wallstedt. The rebound put wide.
And we see Kaprizov in, and he goes for the short angle. But it goes off the post. And then you've got Blake coming down with speed, looking for the hat trick, and it's Wallstedt.
Up first for Minnesota, it's Matt Zuccarello. And Zuccarello stopped by the glove hand of Anderson.
Deception by Zuccarello. You're coming in wide, you're trying to create the angle, but...
Jarvis, his career in shootouts, just 1 for 7. Goes in against Wallstedt. And Wallstedt able to get the pad to it.
To make the fake to move Wallstedt to the far post on his backhand, but doesn't go quite far enough, and Wallstedt is able to hold tight to that post.
Kaprizov, saved by Anderson.
There's a look at Kaprizov coming in and just at that hash marks there, trying to do the quick release.
Andrei Svechnikov now moves in. Oh, Wallstedt robs him.
And Svechnikov has the reach as well. So when he makes the initial fake on the forehand, he opens that top hand and tries to lift it over with his reach. Wallstedt seems to have the answer for everything.
Fight right there with his right leg, but came across aggressively.
And Boldy slides it in on the backhand.
Well, Boldy, we've been talking about him all night. The confidence, the poise with the puck.
Taylor Hall will take it in with speed.